Hey and welcome back to another video of jPlay. I am Marcus and today I will record my very first session of a print and play game, and my choice fell on Dice of the Living Dead by Mats Brinum, and the graphics are, or most of the graphics you see in this game are by Rob Robinson. Basically, all that you need to play this game is this game board here. There are other variants out there and other versions of this game, but I decided to stick to the, let's call it the original one. This is already the pimped version by Rob Robinson here. You need some dice. The rules speak of 5 survivor dice, one of these zombie die, 1 scavenger die and 1 hour die, but you need some more dice. This at least makes it easier for you to track what's going on. As I cannot deny, I'm also a huge fan of some Euro style games. I decided to pimp my version of the game a little bit more. So normally I'm supposed to write down everything on the game board here. So how many party members do you have, how many in fact you would have, and also here the supplies and the ammunition. But I decided to use these nice little meeples here and also some little cubes for the supplies and the ammunition. In case I have not mentioned it yet, the Dice of the Living Dead is a solo dice game. You can clearly see it here, and the idea is to bring your group of survivors, you start with 12 of them, to here at the start space of the game board, to all the way down here to this little star symbol. When you reach the star symbol here and you still have at least 1 survivor left, you're actually winning the game. In between you find red spaces and green spaces being some safe houses basically, where you have to stop even though you have more movement points left, but this gives you time back, and also you have to do your bookkeeping in respect to how many supplies your survivors are going to eat and stuff like that. In most or all of those safe houses you have a choice, or sometimes you have to roll a die what's going to happen there, and as well there are those red spaces here, but red spaces are pretty straightforward. When you end your movement on red space, you would just add 1 additional zombie die. But I think we can directly get started, and the core mechanic of this game is more or less some kind of a Yahtzee style variant. Yes, it's Yahtzee style. It's not designed by Richard Launius, but nevertheless it uses some of his most famous die rolling mechanics. Sorry, I'm just kidding here. I'm really a huge fan of Richard Launius and his games. So again, you would roll these 5 survivor dice. They are accompanied with these scavenger die, and you would always roll the zombie die here. Some of the dice you can re-roll, so normally Yahtzee style you can re-roll twice. Some dice will be locked, so for example if I ever roll a 1, this means this die will be locked and would represent another zombie die, which I have to put in the appropriate pool. But all the other results I'm normally allowed to re-roll, and whichever lasts or lies there at the end of my die rolling will then be locked or frozen as well. Okay, so let's start the game by rolling the dice. That's okay. So for now we haven't rolled any ones here, which is good. So I'm allowed to re-roll all of those dice. So let's have a look at the table for the survivor dice. 1 would represent a zombie, which I already explained, but this die will be locked once I roll the 1. On the result of a 2, I would lose 1 hour, but right now the die is not yet locked, so I can still re-roll it. A 3 is a movement of 1, a 4 is a movement of 4, and 5 and 6 are both fight dice. The scavenger die, I rolled a 2 in this example, or in this my first round. On a 1 I would get 1 infected, so one of my party members will be infected. He's not yet entirely dead, but he can infect other members of my party, of course. A 2 would mean I would gain 1 extra supply. Supplies are pretty important, especially when you reach those safe houses. A 3 would be a supply of 2. On a roll of 4, I would gain another party member. That's really important. 5 is also great because it gives me 2 additional ammunition. You can never have enough of those. And a 5 or 6 would either be a fight or a movement die. And if I decide to do that as a movement die, I could flip it to the value 4, which means I could use it to move 2 extra spaces. The zombie die is something I'm not allowed to reroll, so I would just place it next to the table here, and this means the 3 represents 2 zombies, which I have to place in the zombie dice pool. Later on I might still use some of the green dice because I simply don't have enough of those orange dice. Okay, now I can decide which dice to keep, and I think I will definitely keep those 2 movement dice because they are both worth 2 movement points. I think I will reroll the black die, and I also will reroll all of the other green dice here as well. Of course, this brings the risk of additional zombie dice, but I think I will take it, so let's roll those dice again. That's the second time. Okay, here we have another 2. I will definitely keep the 5, and I think I will also keep the 4 because there's an additional rule to that, so I will keep those, and I'm tempted to reroll those 2 dice again. Feeling lucky here. Oh gosh, now it happens, so I have to lock this die that shows a 1, and I have to place it to the zombie dice pool again. This was the last roll, so I still have to assign the scavenger die here. So this is a 4, which is great. So I've found another survivor. Let's call him Chuck for now, which is good. But of course, all the survivors will also eat some of my supply. So this is definitely something I have to keep in mind as well. I only have 1 fighting die. That could be kind of a problem because I have to deal with 3 zombie dice here. But I will also be able to move up to 8 spaces here, because if I have a match of 3, I gain 1 bonus die that shows the same. So this is considered to be like I would have 4 movement die of 4, and this also means I would be allowed to move 8 spaces, and it's not up to 8 spaces. I really have to move 8 spaces. But of course, this is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm nearly at the safe house here, which would be the mall. I can already see it somewhere far behind. There was this mall. I can remember it. I really need to go to Starbucks to get a coffee. Okay, so this definitely put me past these red spaces, which is good because red space brings another zombie die into the die pool, but here I was pretty lucky. Now I have to fight zombies. Again, I have to fight against 3 zombie dice. I only have 1 zombie die here. I would now be allowed to spend some bullets or ammunition. For each ammunition I spend, I gain 1 additional fighting die. And I think let's just spend 2 of those. Yeah, not being really resourceful here. But this brings me even to the zombie dice, and I always have to roll first. So let's roll our fighting dice. Let's see, I'm also allowed to re-roll those. So this is a 5, 3 and a 3. I think I will keep the 5 for now, but I will then re-roll those 2. That's a 5 and a 2. I think I will stop it here. In total, that's 12, and I think this should be a pretty good roll. If I would have rolled a 1, for example, I would have lost an hour on the hour die here, and if I ever lose more hours than I have, then I would automatically lose the game. I can still lose some hours later on, but I think for now I should be good. So I think I still don't want to take a chance, and so I will freeze those fighting dice, and now I will roll the zombie dice. I don't re-roll the zombie dice, I just keep them as they are. Oh wow, that's tough. Okay, that's a 6, 6 and a 3. So basically I wouldn't be allowed to beat any of those, and this is now really part of the gamble. Okay, of course, yeah, no, I think I could still... No, let's do that. Okay, no, I can do that. So what will happen now? I can assign those dice. I can do that on a 1 to 1 basis or to 1 to 2 basis, which means I could add up these 2 of my fighting dice to be a 7, and with a 7 I would beat the 6. My 5 here would beat the 3 here, and this leaves only 1 zombie die left, which is undefended, and I think I will keep that result as it is. And so poor Chuck dies again. Okay, so we already lost our very first survivor, but I think overall this was definitely not a bad round for us. Then we start the next round, and again, if I roll at least a 4, or let's have a movement value of 4, I would have to stop here. Even with a 5, I always have to stop at those safe houses here. I don't lose any hour at this point in time, so which is pretty good. So I'm just taking the scavenger die, 5 survivor dice, and the zombie die, and would roll again. Okay, that was pretty neat, I guess. So the zombie dice, normally it will be resolved later, so I will put it aside for now, but 2 is basically 3 zombies. That's definitely not a good thing. So let's just add 3 zombies to the zombie dice pool. I think I will keep the 3 fighting dice here. I will also keep the movement dice here, but I think I will re-roll this one. I need some more supplies or ammunition, and I think this 2 is also more or less useless because I would lose an hour. So let's re-roll it once. That's another 2. I will definitely keep the 6 here, and we'll re-roll this again. Oh, that's the 1. Okay, this turns into another zombie. Okay, so let's put the 6 here to the scavenger die, so I can still decide if I want this to be a movement or a fight die. I have 3 natural fight dice and 1 movement die, and I think if I would turn this into a 4, I would be able to move into the safe house, and I think this is what I will do. So I will keep the result as it is. So I will move my party 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces right into the mall. Now I have 3 fighting dice versus 4 zombie dice, and I'm really tempted to even that out. So I think I will spend another bullet here to gain an additional combat die. Let's roll it. Okay, I think I will definitely keep those here. The very first time I'm rolling a 1 for the fight dice, I'm not losing an hour. But if I decide to re-roll that die and then would gain 1, then I will definitely lose an hour. But it shouldn't be a big of a deal because I'm in the safe house anyway. So I think that's definitely something I can deal with. So let's just re-roll it. That's a 5. Perfect. I think we will keep it. Let's roll the zombie dice. Okay, so this shouldn't be any problem at all. So let's bring them in the right order here. So here I have a 6, this beats this, and my remaining 5 all beat the other zombies. So I'm not taking any casualties here. Awesome! And because I reached the safe house here, I would now take the safe house step. The first thing would be to reset the hours. I haven't lost any hours, so I will keep it as a 5 as it is. Then I would roll a random event, or I can choose the event that really depending on which safe house I'm in. The mall gives me basically a choice, so I could hurry up, place the hour die at 6, but lose a party member who can keep up. Doesn't sound great. Raid the gun store, you gain 2 ammo, but also roll 2 dice. 1 or 2 gains you 1 infected, and I think this is what I will do. But we could also 8 survivors, spend 2 ammo, but gain 1 survivor. This is definitely something I won't do because I haven't lost too many of those. So I think I will definitely go into the gun store, clack clack, and gain 2 of those ammunition. But I'm still supposed to roll 2 dice, and again for each 1 or 2 I gain 1 infected. Perfect, no infected but 2 ammunition. This was really a perfect round for us. But we still have to feed our survivors, and we are at 12 right now, and every 2 of them eat 1 supply. I'm start with 6, so they completely ate my pockets, out of my pockets, and so I don't have any supplies left, so I really have to take care about this one as well. The next phase would be to roll for the infected. Luckily we don't have any infected at this point in time, so overall we are doing pretty good, I guess. Let's start the next round. Okay, here we have a zombie. I will put it directly here. This means 2 more zombies. Okay, these are some fighting dice. This is a movement die. This is a fighting die. That's tough, but I really need supply. So I think I will keep those fighting dice. I will keep the movement die here, and I think I will reroll those 2. Let's see. Okay, that's a 3. That's 2 supplies. Perfect. I definitely keep that. And I will re-roll the 2 here, which is another fighting die. Perfect. So we have 1 movement die worth 2 movement points and 3 combat dice. And I think with that we should be in a pretty good shape. So let's resolve the movement. 1, 2 for our movement die. We can remove that one. We gain 1, 2 supplies for this scavenger die here, which is also great. And then we have to fight the 3 zombies here. I think I won't spend any ammunition because we are more or less even. So let's just roll the dice. Okay, 6, 4, 3. I think we keep it. So let's put them aside. Let's roll our zombie dice. Okay, 5 to 1. Perfect. So we again haven't lost a soul. Let's move on. Oops, so fast. Okay, that's great. That's actually pretty great. So here we have another supply of 2. I think I will definitely keep this. This is perfect. These 3 are 2 zombies. It's not a big deal. Here we have 2 fighting dice. I think I will keep the 2 fighting dice. I will keep those. And I think let's reroll those 2. It's another fighting dice. Right now we don't need it. Let's re-roll it again. I will keep the movement. That's a 2. Okay, here we definitely lost an hour, but right now that's also not really a big deal. We have 2 fighting dice, 2 movement dice. They are both worth 1, 2, 3 movement points. Okay, we have to fight 2 zombies basically, so let's take the green dice. Again, we won't spend any ones. Oh, that's 2 5s. Oh, wow, that's perfect. The last round I played was completely a mess. I was basically dead by this time, so I'm doing great. So let's roll the 2 zombie dice here. Okay, that's maybe not great, so whatever, I could spend those to cancel out this one, but then this zombie would make it through, or I can just spend this one here. So whatever I do, we just lost poor Laura here. Let's start the next round. Okay, I think that's definitely not a reroll, but we haven't rolled any movement, so I think for now I will keep 2 fighting dice just to be sure. Of course I have to keep this one. This represents 3 zombies now, so I'm really tempted maybe I should keep the 3rd fighting die as well. So let's reroll those. Still not great, still not great. I want to move, so let's reroll them again. Ah, damn. Okay. Wow, that's pity. Okay, this is now an infected. So I think basically we were checking out a cabinet or something like that, and in there was a zombie hiding, whatever, and basically bite our hand. So we just got our very first infected here. And I just noticed, I think I forgot to give myself 2 additional supplies the last time when we rolled the 3 on the scavenger die. Okay, we only have this 1 movement die, but a hell of a lot of fighting dice, so overall not entirely great, but we are still allowed to move 1, 2 spaces here. Luckily we didn't make it to one of those red dots here. Let's resolve fighting. Of course I'm not spending any ammunition now. Okay, I think I will do this. Again, the very first time I'm rolling this, I'm not losing an hour, so what the heck. Let's do it again. That's a 2. That's better than the 1. Ah, come on. Let's keep it as it is. Let's roll the zombie dice. Wow, that was tough. Let's see what I can do about this one here. So I have the 4. I think whatever I do, I will give one over. Let me think about it. No, whatever I do, there is one zombie left, so whatever, the biggest one will make it. And so we lost poor Josh here. Okay, next round. We still haven't made it to the next safe house, which would be a gas station, by the way. Oh, wow, that's tough. Wow, that's 2 zombies from the dice pool, and here we have a 3, which is another 2 of them. Wow, that's really bad. Of course, I will definitely keep those 6s here. That's tough. That's a 4. I think I will also keep the 4, and this would give me 1 supply. I think I will keep it as it is. Yeah, I think I have to do that. So let's put this 2 to the supplies, and this is basically 1 extra supply, which I definitely can use. So let's put the movement die here, and this would let me move 1, 2 spaces here, which also means I have to add an additional zombie die here. I still have 2 fighting dice from my roll, which is not really great, so I think I really have to spend 3 ammunition to gain 3 extra dice. So let's load the guns and fire some rounds. Okay, I will definitely keep those here. Right now I can reroll them with any problem, so let's do that. Okay, that's a 6 and a 3. I think I will keep them as they are. That's pretty great, I think. So let's see how good the zombies will do. Hopefully not that great. I think this should be possible to solve. So let's see. 6, 6, 4, 4, and 3. So again, we haven't lost a single survivor here. And of course, we must not forget to claim ourselves our supply. Okay, next round. Let's roll the dice. Okay, this time we were definitely doing much better. I think I will definitely keep the 3 here for the supplies. I will keep the 6, and I will definitely keep those 2 4, because those will move me to the next safe house. Of course, I will have to keep the 4, which are 2 zombies, not entirely bad. So let's reroll those 2 once more. Okay, that's another zombie. I don't need this one here, so I will reroll again, hoping for another fight die. Fingers crossed. Oh gosh, and this is another zombie. Wow, this is now catastrophe, basically. Maybe I should have rolled the black die again. Oh, that's not terrible. Okay, let's see. So we will put those 2 movement dice here. We have only 1 fighting die there. So this means I can move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3. I have to stop here at the gas station. Now I have to fight 1 versus 4. That's a problem. So I think I will spend my last 2 bullets to gain 2 extra shots. So let's really hope for the best. Wow, that was weak. Okay, I think I will keep the 4, re-rolling those 2. So 4, I think let's re-roll the 2 again. And a 1. Okay, so we lost an hour, but we are in the safe house. So this shouldn't be a big of a deal again. But we still have to roll for the zombies. Okay, I think overall that was not entirely bad. So we have this, this, and this. No, that's not enough. So, but we can more or less cancel out those. I don't have to start at the very first or the highest result here, so I can just decide on any die, basically. Which means Steven didn't make it to the gas station. Poor him! But at least we gathered another supply here with his scavenger die, which was basically great. Let's move over to the safe house phase, reset the clock, and at the gas station I have to roll, so I don't have a choice here. So just roll the zombie die. Oh, that's a 1. 1 is terrible. I'm pretty sure about that. So we have to face a zombie attack. You must fight 3 zombies or lose these 6 supplies as you run for it. I don't have any fighting dice because I'm in the safe house here. I could spend ammunition, but unfortunately I spent all my ammunition already. So I think it really doesn't matter because I have 6 or 6. So Overall, I will definitely lose 3 survivors anyway. I think this is what I will do, so I cannot defend the zombies, so these 3 fellas are dead. I don't even remember their names. This was so shocking to me. Maybe I will mourn them later. Now we have to feed our survivors. There are 6 of them, which means I will have to use or eat up 3 supplies. And last but not least, we have to roll for the infected. But luckily we only have 1 infected, so let's just take this die and hope for a real high result here. That's a 5. And the 5 says nothing happens, and this is really great. Unfortunately, I still have to keep my infected here, so he could bite other survivors in the next safe house, but for now we are good. Let's move on, and from a far distance we see this abandoned house, which will be our next safe house, of course. But first of all, let's roll our dice. Oh gosh, this is terrible. So we have 2 zombies here. This is good. This is only 1 zombie, but this scavenger die means we just added a second infected. I think I will keep those 2 fighting dice, and I think I will reroll those 2. That's a 4. That's okay, and this 2 would give me 1 supply. I think I will reroll it. I would really hope for a 5 here. Ah, that's a 3. It's also okay, because the scavenger die would bring us 2 extra supplies. So we have 1 movement die, 2 fighting dice, no ammunition to spend. We have to fight the zombies here. Let's not forget the 2 supplies here. And now let's fight some zombies here. That's a 6 and a 2. I think I will keep the 6, of course. Wow, that's great. 2 6s. Let's see what the zombies will roll. Okay, I think this is... I could not expect much more, so this means poor Eric has lost us as well. Of course, I nearly forgot 1, 2 spaces I have to move, but of course I have not reached a red dot here, so this doesn't change the outcome of the fight at all. Okie dokie, let's roll again. Oh, come on, again, 2 zombies here. This is another zombie. This is not entirely bad. Here we have 2 fighting dice, 1 movement die. I think I will keep those, re-rolling the scavenger die, and that's a 5. Perfect. I will definitely keep it because it gives me 2 ammunition, which I really needed. Okay, we have 2 for movement, 2 fighting dice, so overall we are not doing bad. This time I won't forget to move. 1, 2 spaces. I'm fighting 2 versus 3, so I think I will spend 1 ammunition to gain 1 extra fighting die. So let's roll them. 4, 4, 3. Let's re-roll the 3. It's 2. Let's re-roll it again. That's a 4. Okay, that's definitely better. Let's roll the zombie dice. Wow. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. Okay, so 4. So we can, yeah, I think whatever we do, we will definitely keep 1 die here. So we are down to only 4 survivors here because Susan decided to play with one of those zombies. Let's move on. Okay, oh, that's good. That's another 2 ammunition. Perfect, we'll definitely place it here. We have a 6, that's only 1 zombie. Great, 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 great. Here we would lose an hour. This is a movement, this is a movement. So in total, this would be 4 movement points. I think I will keep them. I will keep the fighting die. Let's just re-roll this one here. That's another 2. Come on. That's a 3. Okay, that's a movement die. Overall, that's great because this would really move us ahead a lot. We just also have to keep our fighting die here. We would gain 2 ammunition from this scavenger die. Great. And this 3 of a kind here would mean we gain a 4th kind. So these are 4 movement points plus 2. These in total 6 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is really great, as we are really coming close here to this star. This is awesome. So I think I will spend 1 ammunition here to gain 1 additional die, because I really want to make sure not to lose anyone in this fight round. So let's hope for the best here. Let's re-roll the 1. Okay, that's a 4 and a 5. Okay, that's definitely not a problem. So whatever we roll here, it's enough to not lose any more survivors. Great. It's only 2 more movement points here to the abandoned house, so we should be able to make it there. But of course, we still have to roll our dice. Okay, this is 1. Oh gosh, this is terrible, because this would and will also make us lose 1 hour. I think I will keep those 2 and I will re-roll those 3. Oh gosh, here we have another infected. This is really starting to get a big problem. So I will keep the 6 and we'll reroll those a second time. Okay, here we have a supply and another movement, but this doesn't really help us. But in respect to supplies, we are actually doing pretty good. So we have those movement points. We have 2 fighting points and this scavenger die here, which already gave us 1 extra supply. So let's move 1, 2, 3 spaces. We have to stop here. I think I will definitely spend 2 ammunition to gain 4 fight dice. We have to come even here. So let's see. Oh, that's overall not bad. Maybe I will re-roll the 3. Okay, that's another 4. I will keep it. Let's roll for the... Whoa, gosh, are you kidding me? Oh man, okay. Ooh, 4 and this one here. So again, poor Philip didn't make it to the safe house. Let's reset the time. And then we have to roll the die for the abandoned house. And this time I really have to roll it high. Keep the fingers crossed. That's a 6. That sounds cool to me. Wow, as the 6 tells me to find a first aid kit, heal up to 2 infected. Perfect. So we are down to only 1 infected. Great. Then we have to eat. This is rounded down, so we only lose 1 piece of supply. And still we have to roll for the infected here. And that's a 4. And the 4 says lose 1 party member and 1 infected. So basically Daisy died because of her infection. So we are down to only 2 party members now, but overall we are still doing good, because we are coming pretty close to our escape point here. Wow, really tense. But you know the drill. Let's roll some dice. Okay. Pity, so we have 1 here. That's another zombie die. That's okay. That's cool. That's an additional party member, and this is awesome. We will definitely keep this die. I think we will keep the 6, we will keep the 4, and we will re-roll this die here. That's another 6. Do I need another 6? No, I don't. I really hope for a 3 or a 4. Ah, gosh, okay, this was really terrible decision. So we have 2 fighting die here, 1 movement die there, of course. With the scavenger die, we met Robert, an insurance salesman. Great, nice to meet you, pal. Of course, we have to resolve movements of 1, 2 spaces closer to freedom. But unfortunately, we cannot spend any ammunition, so these 2 dice are basically all that we are allowed to roll. Okay, let's see. That's a 6 and a 1. Again, the first time I roll a 1, I can ignore it. So let's re-roll it. That's another 2. So this time we definitely lost an hour. Still, I'm allowed to re-roll that die 1 more time. Let's really hope not for another one. That's a 2. Poof, also not really great. So let's see what the zombies are doing. Okay, here we have, oh, that was really a pity. So we have a 6. If that were 2 1s, I would be able to beat these two, but with this die, I think I cannot do it anyway. Or could I? No, I can. No, there will always be 1 die left. So I think Robert made it and poor Patty sacrificed her for him. So again, the result, it doesn't change it. We are again down to 2 survivors. Okie dokie, let's roll the dice. Okay, that's bad. Of course, we add another infect, but I think no, it's not really bad because it doesn't really matter. We don't go through another safe house phase here, so overall that really doesn't matter at all. The 3 of the zombie die means we have to put 2 zombies in the dice pool. I think I will keep those 4 dice here. I will re-roll those. Okay, that's another infected, really doesn't matter. This is another, whoa, this would be 8 spaces. Let me do the math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, we are short here. Okay, I think I will definitely keep it. And if we are really lucky, we get a 6 on this die here. Then we would directly make it out through the town. Still, we have to go through a fighting phase. But I think with 2 fighting dice, we should be good. Let's really hope for the best. Come on, guys. Ah, that's a 4. But the 4 is also great because this gives us another party member. Awesome. So we have 3 times the 4, which means I will get another, oops, where's the 4 here? Come on, oh, here it is, another 4. We have 2 fight dice, and we met Grant, janitor from Wisconsin. So let's move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces. Come on, can you believe that? We are 1 die short. That really sucks. Nevertheless, we have to fight those 2 zombies here. Let's roll them. It's a 4 and a 3. I think I will keep the 4. Let's re-roll this one. That's another 3. Ah, come on, what the heck. Let's do it again. Ah, of course, that's only a 2, but a 2 is not really bad. Let's see what the zombies will roll. Oh, that's a 6. Okay, again, we have lost a survivor, and I think poor Grant didn't really make it. Okay, this might really be our very last round here. We have to make it here. We have to survive the fighting phase, and then we really made it out of town. Wow, what a close game. Let's see what happens. Okie dokie, let's see. Okay, here we have another zombies. These are 3 more zombies, and it really doesn't look good. I think I will keep this scavenger die because it brings me to 1 additional survivor. I could hope for a 5 and gain a +2 on ammunition, but overall, I think I really don't care. I think the chances are much better with this one here. I will definitely keep 1 movement and 1 fight dice. So let's see. We'll re-roll them. That's another fight die. Ooh, that's now close. This is a move. Let's re-roll it. Come on, we need 1 more die. It would be great. Okay, that's not really great, but okay, I guess. So we have 3 movement point and 2 fight dice. Luckily, we just met Caroline, a former model. I think she came from Dallas or so. First of all, let's resolve the movement and move our group to the exit point here. Now, the last fight of the game begins with 2 versus 4. I think there's nothing I can do right now. So let's better hope for some high results. A 6 and a 5. Okay, I will definitely keep those. Let's see. These are the fighting dice. That's a 6 and a 5. Oh, come on. But that's definitely enough, because only 2 of my survivors dies, and Robert here, the sole survivor, made it outside town and can report about the happenings or the things that happened in this town. I don't know the nameless town here. Call it Arkham, I don't know. But the main problem is he is still infected. So this infected would just go away. You can never have more infected than you actually have party members, of course. But it really doesn't matter. You don't have a safe house face anymore. So with his infection, he more or less makes it to the next big, whatever, capital and tries to find a cure. And this concludes my playthrough of Dice of the Living Dead. I have to admit, I've never won this game before, so I'm really happy that I managed to beat the game in this playthrough here. So if you like the game, go to Board Game Geek, grab yourself a copy. Again, only thing you need is maybe 1 or 2 pieces of paper, print them out, and I think most of you should have more dice than enough at your home. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon in one of my next playthroughs. And until then, bye bye.